Gentlemen, hello and welcome back again to the Summit 8 qualifiers. Taking a look at the EU region today, it's going to be Kinguin facing off against HellRaisers. I'm Lyrical, joined as well by Aosin. My man, Steven, how you doing this morning? Oh, Steven, please don't tell me your microphone is muted. That would make me the saddest person in the world. Are you there? Steven? Hello? Oh, God, it's all falling apart. It's all falling apart. Well, we'll keep on going as if he's still here. I'm sure that this will all be resolved very shortly, but it's going to be...
Hello.
Hey, there you are. How's it going, man?
I just wanted to point out it was actually you that was muted.
It was me that was muted? No, it was...
Yeah. I basically heard the last 3 seconds of you talking.
I'm sure it's a Discord issue and not either of our faults. We'll just blame it on the software. That's the way that we make things work. But HellRaisers versus Kinguin, best of 5 grand finals. One of these teams is going to LA. What do you think? How you feeling about these two teams?
I haven't seen much of Kinguin lately. I do know that they're a very, very solid team. They've been showing like rapid improvement over the course of the season. But I feel like the same can be said for HellRaisers. So I think the first couple of games will help me determine who I feel a little more, favored towards winning.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty fair assessment. We did just see Kinguin take down Penta a couple of games ago, and Penta were looking incredibly solid too. So you get to these phase 2 teams, it's a little bit more difficult to deal with them. Obviously, HellRaisers, they were able to take down Mouse, so at least one of the teams from the first phase of the qualifiers is showing up in these grand finals here. But we can talk a little bit about the draft. Jakiro, first pick overall for HellRaisers, followed up by Disruptor, Earth Spirit, and now an Earth Shaker taken. So all of the supports most likely. Maybe there's a chance that it ends up being a Bambo Shaker. I think we saw him play that the other day. What are your thoughts on these two openings? Anything that really speaks out to you, or is it all pretty stock and standard?
I think it's very far from stock and standard. I think
really,
yeah. One of the cool things I've noticed about HellRaisers is that I think out of all the teams that I've watched play during this patch, this is probably the first team where I'm just looking at the draft and I'm just like, yeah, this is probably HellRaisers.
So you feel like they have a distinct style, is what you're telling me?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, you can just look through a ton of other games. When have you seen people open straight up with Jakiro, right?
Yeah, I feel like there's so many games going on that there might be some that I've missed, but none really come to mind. Whereas like Disruptor, Earth Spirit, I guess Disruptor's a little bit strange for the first phase from Kinguin as well. It's a very like aggressive team fight oriented lineup that they've got. Whereas it feels like HellRaisers maybe more emphasis on trying to take down towers. Earthshaker is their most played overall over the past week. They picked it, I think, every single game, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, well, they put a lot of stock in that hero.
Whoa. How did this guy get through? This has been like first phase ban almost every time, and he gets through to the second phase?
Yeah, that's kind of scary. This hero is incredibly good, and one of the better heroes to deal with him, in my opinion, is actually the Disruptor. If you can catch him out in time and put on the Static Storm, he's just dead before the fight even begins. But HellRaisers, I would have to assume they have a plan.
Yeah, I guess so. The Lifesteal gets taken, and then the immediate Razor pick from Kinguin. This hero also, to me, has felt quite strong. I tried playing it and I died over and over again because I'm awful, but it still feels like it's a really good hero when I'm seeing the pros play it with the new mechanic of purging people with unstable current.
All right, Bat Rider. So this is definitely the Bambo Bat Rider. It's not going to be the Shaker. This is going to be the Lifestealer combo. I think they do still need a way to protect this Lifestealer now, though.
As far as like needing something like an OD in the mid lane for Astral, or what do you mean by protect him? Just somebody take the heat away?
You need to protect him in the sense that you can't let this Razor just freely get close to him and then static link him. Because if he manages to get off a static link and your Lifestealer is forced to just run away in team fights, it's most likely going to translate to a lost team fight. So you need a way to basically either burst down the Razor or have a way to provide that mobility for your Lifestealer so that they can kind of get away and re-engage type of thing.
Okay. Well, we'll have
which
to...
is really hard. It's really hard. It's a Brewmaster, Disruptor, and Earth Spirit, so we'll see what their last pick is.
Yeah, I guess the Batrider can kind of hold him in place, and then Lifestealer can beat on him, but that's predicated upon you being able to find the Razor and then, you know, jump on top of him, and that's where the Brewmaster and Earth Spirit also start to make things a little bit clunky. I feel like the Kinguin lineup is so well-rounded already. You've got Tower Push with Razor and, you know, just sort of anti-carry potential. The Brew and Earth Spirit are amazing team fighters, whereas on the HellRaisers lineup, it feels like it's very burst-oriented.
Missing the silencer, so we're missing.
Okay.
10 seconds.
I don't know if that's actually the best pick. Maybe like you said, since it's burst oriented, just follow through.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, this will work. I think this is fine.
God, how many Queen of Pains have we seen? It's like every game.
We've seen Queen of Pain every game.
And the last pick for Kinguin, Lone Druid. That rounds it out very well. Exotic Deer going to be playing it. I don't know, man. This is looking pretty rough for HellRaisers. I really like this Kinguin draft. What do you think?
I definitely agree with you, too. This draft from Kinguin is like... It makes it so that the game is really, really heavily reliant on the supports and Queen of Pain. Okay. Well, it's basically heavily reliant on everyone except for Lifestealer. Okay. Lifestealer just has to make sure he has his farm kept up, but in order for him to team fight well, it basically means everyone else has to team fight well.
Okay. So the game is kind of outside of his hands is what you're telling me. Yeah.
You just have to farm and hope that your team can make you the space to get into these team fights. I mean, you look at these other heroes, you know, Brewmaster, you just clap, you hit your ultimate. It's like almost impossible to mess up type of thing if you're not the one getting jumped on. And everyone else is kind of like in a similar situation. You can definitely find your way around a team fight without needing much help from everyone else, but Lifestealer definitely has it rough this game.
Okay. Well, 3-3 gonna be playing it. He's got the Golden Immortal, so maybe that will be the little push that he needs to inspire him towards victory. Or maybe he's gonna buy a Hand of Midas and they lose in like 30 minutes. Who knows? But game number 1 under Ray, it's a best of 5. Apologize to anybody if my voice sounds a little bit strange. I'm still getting over a little bit of an illness, but I'm muting the microphone every time that I cough, so you guys don't get to hear that awful sound, but Steven does. It's just right in his ear. How do you like it?
Thank you.
No problem.
It's just white noise to me. It's whatever.
Fair enough. So movement out. HellRaiser is going to try and invade the jungle. This seems like it's the common path that everybody tends to take nowadays, is like Dire kind of just gets these bottom 2 runes, and Radiant is usually able to secure their other 2 up on the top side.
They're going to smoke up here. So the one thing HellRaisers does have, in my opinion, over Kinguin is that I think their early game is a little stronger.
Okay.
There's a lot of potential between, like, let's say Batrider dual lanes with the Jakiro. It's going to be really hard for them to defend their safe lane. Oh,
Alicia, the fissure. It's going to be there, and that should be a block off. So first blood going the way of HellRaisers. Who do they give it to? Bambo. Could it be anybody else?
I think it's much better that you give it to Bambo right now, because he's definitely he's on a hero that can definitely pressure this safe lane.
Okay.
To the point where they can't recover. So Batrider Jakiro going to be very problematic for them. There's a lot of potential between Earthshaker as well as the Queen of Pain in the mid lane as well. So they're going to have to make the most out of this early game, because I think if they don't punish in the early game, mid game is going to be a problem.
The battle begins.
Well, like we said, the runes are going to be traded off here. Do you expect to see any lane swaps happening? Because you have the Lone Druid who's actually already headed mid. So Exotic Deer is going to be there. They stick Patos up top. Bottom? Milan? Is he in trouble? Looks like he'll be fine. They throw out another fissure just to keep back the Earth Spirit. But a tri-lane bottom. How strong is this with Nietzsche?
Yes.
I think this is still actually stronger for HellRaisers. I think, like, the support combo is just a lot stronger.
Okay.
I'm trying to catch out Milan.
What's going on here? 3-3 apparently doesn't want to be in this lane. So he's running top?
No, he wants to farm mid. They want to put him mid against the Lone Druid.
Ah, okay. And then they're going to bring the Queen of Pain down there. So it's going to be a Queen of Pain in a tri-lane. That makes that lane even stronger, but it's also might run into some issues with her levels later, I guess. As Alicia starting to drop down low. Nisha's going to steal some damage. The slow is there. It hits onto Milan. Still a lot of damage taken from J4. And as long as Nisha stays surviving here, that's 56 bonus stolen. And he's putting the hurt to Queen of Pain. Who, by the way, doesn't have Blink. Careful. She might end up just going down. The damage is going to be there. Kaiser falls.
That one hurts.
Is Milan dead too? No, he's alive.
No, he's fine. So I think you have to be very careful when you're up against the Razor. That's definitely one of the ways where you can just lose the lane. It's by letting him steal all your damage.
Oh, Kaiser just gets level 2 there, but I mean, Kinguin are underneath the tower. They're not afraid at all. He might need to be a little bit afraid. They are starting to bring up the damage with the Earthshaker there as well. They'll have the fissure and long TP, but they find the finish. Milan steals that one away. Now Alicia also might be in trouble. Does have kinetic field, but he's just going to TP out of there, realizing that could be really, really bad.
Radiant's top tower.
Well, he's TPing back down here, so he's going to continue to force the issue. Double damage on Earth Spirit. This might be an opening for them. Bad Rider still doing very well against the Brewmaster. This is definitely not an easy time for the Brewmaster. Firefly almost back up.
Could go for that if they wanted to keep the sticky napalm stacks up. And makes it hard for him to come and approach the wave. But I feel like they've been doing a pretty good job, HellRaisers, of trying to stay far back, so that way Kaiser can get some amount of solo experience. It's just so tough, though. Like, even here, he's kind of getting denied out. 5 and 3 versus the 8 and 4. As Bambo solos the Brew? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you get a couple of stacks on it, I mean, chances are you will go down. Like, you can't get away from it. Thunderclap doesn't... I don't think the Thunderclap slow is enough to buy yourself enough time to walk away from sticky napalm. And not to mention, he has a point in flame break now, too, so gonna be able to knock him back and take him down with that.
Yeah. Milan, he's in some trouble. They'll get the static link down. The stun is there as well, but they're able to keep him away. And Nisha, well, Kaiser is going to go pretty low as well. Razor's still kind of dominating this lane. Has 10 stick charges now as well as a salve available.
This is such a strange lane to watch.
Yeah. I don't know exactly where the kill potential is, because it feels like they've sort of found kills, but a lot of them have been flukes. Like the Queen of Pain, you know, not having blink early, and then eventually had it afterwards, and then like Razor just being alone underneath the tower. I don't know. It's strange.
That's kind of the nature of tri-lanes. It's like where a lot of mechanical skill comes into play, because you're basically just waiting for a window of opportunity, and if you're able to capitalize on it when it presents itself. So both sides, you know, clearly experienced players, you know, these opportunities don't come by very often, so it's gonna look like a very passive laning phase.
And Nisha's just kind of like outlast hitting Kaiser here, even though he's got significantly lower base damage. I guess it's not super significant. It's what, like 6? He's having a good time of it. 17 and 8 versus 11 and 5.
I think the problem there is just because Razor is definitely feeling a lot less pressured.
Oh, the kickback. Do you see that play? That K-Core? The glimpse, though. They got him still, I think. Can they actually find the finish? Nietzsche trying to take him down. He will have another plasma field in 4, but doesn't want to dive for it. That was a pretty sick play, though.
Almost worked out.
Oh, Milan. Now he's caught here. Kinetic field not quite online, but they still managed to find the slow and dodging away as well. The Earth Spirit is a player. He's making it happen.
That would have been perfect if or for the Earthshaker, he managed to get off the stun before dying, but unfortunately unable to do so. Another kill going their way, kind of securing their safe lane. But yeah, this Razor is just like piling on the CS. This is becoming a big issue for HellRaisers.
Yeah, doubling them up. I've been really impressed with Nisha's play throughout the series of qualifiers that were coming up. When I watched Kinguin play in like the Star Ladder and everything else, he was doing like the, Pugna and Necrophos, so all these heroes that were really strong at the time, but he made them look so good. And Wind Ranger was another one of his classics. It's cool to see him. HellRaisers also no slouches.
Mid lane.
They're going to be moving in. Bambo, he wants to make something happen, but Nisha already there, gets the glimpse away, and he's just going to walk away from him.
They stack up the poison. I think they can get him. Yeah, he's going to fire or lasso.
Well done. All right. So they do take down the Disruptor. Might have been looking for something bigger in the Razor kill, but it doesn't happen. But this lane swaps that we've seen. Kaiser goes top against the Brew now. We've got the Razor mid against the Life Sealer with Bambo just like hanging out. What do you think about this?
I think they really need to get this Queen of Pain levels now, especially since it doesn't exactly work out the best for them, or it didn't work out the best for them in the laning phase. So gonna just give him a solo lane, since there's not much a Brewmaster can do solo against the Queen of Pain. Like, he's just gonna blink away, so can't exactly die here.
Oh, Bambo again in a little bit of trouble. He's gonna try and fly out of there, but Kinetic Field holding him in place, and Bambo goes down.
This will only hurt forever.
Gonna be something to look out for. Bad Rider, I don't think you can actually let him slow down. You have to make sure the Bad Rider gets off to a really good start. Otherwise, they're not gonna be able to like keep him in control.
Okay.
They're just gonna outfarm them if they aren't able to put on the pressure.
Well, and you see the net worth, or rather the last hits in the eyes, and now looking over the net worth, it's feeling like this core of the Radiant is getting a whole hell of a lot, particularly more so than the Queen of Pain, who was the main one that was suffering in that tri lane. Still looking for boots at this point. Kaiser at 8 minutes into the game.
Yeah, the nice thing. Oh, bottom lane. Exotic Deer in a lot of trouble.
He does have the Savage Roar. No, he doesn't. He used it. Stun Silence, though. They're going to turn this back around. Exotic Deer just going to walk away from him. And in the meantime, Bambo, he's going to end up falling again. So 5 heroes bottom. They save the Lone Druid. I guess it's a lot of heroes rotated and opens up space around the rest of the map.
I think this is still okay. It's not the best. People are going to be able to TP out anyways.
Yeah.
I think all in all, this is probably better for Kinguin, just because once again you're slowing down the Bat Rider, who is probably your biggest threat. So, and then they basically need to continue to do so, but it's not easy to punish a Bat Rider if he decides to just, AFK jungle, right. Which I think he actually might consider doing now.
Well, and if you're doing that to try and get your Blink Dagger, it's going to be a long time before we, a lot of time for Earth Spirit probably to make a lot of moves around the map. He's going to be the main one that I want to watch, and this is 3-3, just going to TP out of there after Nisha pops the ultimate. And, well, they popped the Brew split up in the top lane, going over 4 into J4. Milan is here as well. They're going to lift up the Queen of Pain. They've got more damage coming through. The Storm Panda does a hell of a lot of damage. They take him down. Now can just run away from him if they want as well. They're going to have another round of lifts if they want to use it, but instead it's just going to be Patos. Need to get out of there. Has 8 stick charges now, and he gets the clap off. Turns it around on Milan. Milan might end up going down. They get the follow-up stun. The Queen of Pain. They're trying to pump fake the ultimate. They don't end up using it. They almost brought Kaiser down there too.
Oh, Nisha, he's got haste.
Oh no. Bambo shows up. They try to get the stunts a little bit off the mark, but still, this could be a kill. As Bambo nowhere left to go. I think so. Yeah. Well, in that time, Exotic Deer gets the mid tower. Got denied, but Still things going Kinguin's way.
Yeah, still pretty even for now, but supports are getting closer to level 6. I think Earthshaker level 6 will be fairly significant. Bad Rider still pretty far away from the Blink Dagger. I think the supports should probably consider stacking a little more for Bad Rider.
Yeah. Right now, we've just got the Siege Creep here. 3-3 is going to hop out of it. They pop the Echo Slam, trying to turn it down. Nisha, he needs to get out of there, but the silence, the stun, the turnaround, they're stealing all the damage. Milan, can they even find that kill? No. Nisha's living through it all. And he's surviving. I can't believe he lived through that. Bambo's here now as well. They turn it back around. Can he end up finding this kill? Still a lot of damage coming with Eye of the Storm. He just kills him off, Bambo. Oh no, and 3-3 trying to take down Alicia. Is this going to be enough? Nisha's there stealing the damage yet again. And if the bear is able to find a root here, this is just going to be a dead life stealer. They're able to dodge away from the Macro Pyre. Sonic Wave actually comes out, and that's the turnaround that they needed. So Kinguin getting too big for their britches, get punished heavily. Well, Exotic Deer is going to maybe lose his bear. Maybe he can get the poof away. It's there and away.
Would have been a nice pickup, but this is really good for Queen of Pain. That almost looked like a series of just disasters for HellRaisers, but luckily for them, Queen of Pain showing up at the right time, securing herself 2 kills, puts her back up in terms of net worth, and really skyrocketed her levels. She needed this so badly.
Yeah, being a part of all that, showing up at the end. And it felt like maybe Kinguin were getting a little bit greedy there, trying to style on him too much, but they got punished pretty heavily. Nisha takes down Milan in the bottom lane, but it looks like they're trying to set up for a Bambo kill up top. I know that this is the key to victory for HellRaisers, but Bambo, there was a little sticky goo on him, and that's going to be a runaway for the Brewmaster.
Yeah, it's hard to kill Bambo with just these 2 heroes. There's no one who can actually catch. Especially since Brewmaster doesn't have Blink Dagger.
Nice deny there. And Kaiser.
Oh, he missed.
He blinked it. Oh, God. That was bad.
Yeah, that one hurts.
That one hurts a lot.
I mean, on the bright side for them, Brew Split is down, but at the cost of your Queen of Pain. Unless you make something happen, it doesn't really mean too much.
And the Queen of Pain also like committed fully onto that Disruptor, and Disruptor ended up getting denied by the Earth Spirit, so it's just like sort of salt in the wounds there. I will say there's some really good vision coming out from HellRaisers right now. You take a look at the Radiant Jungle, and they've got vision over pretty much all of it, as well as this nice high ground ward over there. But what can they do with that vision, I guess, is the other question.
It's still very difficult for them to find a way in until, you know, Bambo has Blink Dagger.
Speaking of Bambo, they're kind of getting into battle formation right now. Alicia is level 6. Milan ends up killing the Earth Spirit down bottom, so a nice pickup there. And
there's a lot happening around the map. I missed that kill. Didn't even see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the one big thing about HellRaisers right now is that they're distributing farm very nicely.
Okay.
Like you have your Earthshaker is kind of catching up now. You'll have a Blink Dagger, you know, before 20 minutes, and Blink Dagger is about to be finished on Bad Rider. All the heroes that actually need the Blink Daggers will have it at a somewhat decent time.
Right. Well, and I'm thinking about this. You know, we talked about the big strength of HellRaisers lineup was either 1 in the laning phase, being able to dominate, or 2 once that Blink Dagger came out. And it feels like the laning phase part of it is kind of over, and they really need to get something done with that initial Blink once it comes. And it's getting close.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Brew just got his, though, so they might be thinking about trying to fight beforehand. And over here by the shrine, HellRaisers all up on the high ground. They would love to go onto this lone druid right now, but pretty tough. Akor goes into all of them. The stun onto 4. The silence follow-up magnetized. It's all there on top of them, and they glimpse back in another. 2 are dead in an instant. Now Bambo also in trouble. Patas shaken. Can they catch him? They're just following him with these creeps through the trees, and well, the eventual roll, the kick was used. Bambo's taking him on a merry little chase, but they get the fear, and Bambo goes down.
Man, what a play from K-Core. He basically hit everyone.
Yeah.
That was pretty insane.
I mean, it helps when they're all grouped together.
Well, not only that, but they were all standing in a group underneath the ward.
Yeah.
That was absolute worst case scenario for HellRaisers. And once again, Blink is delayed. It's gonna come at another, 2 minutes.
Radiant's bottom tower is
And I think that they saved Split for that fight too. They used Static Storm, but it's already almost back up. So if Kinguin want to, they can push this here. Lone Druid, he has this Midas done. He's about to have the Relic completed as well. All coming up Kinguin right now.
Yeah, they're grouped up for this. Looks like HellRaisers want to fight this. Bambo is already prepping.
Alright, this is really scary. They don't have the Earth Spirit with them though. Exotic Theory's caught onto one. Patos turns it back around. Sonic Wave for the Disruptor. He still has Static Storm. Gets it onto the... Oh god, the Queen of Pain is alone in here. They have the Lifestealer inside of his well. Quap goes down before firing even a single spell, and Milan takes down Nisha. Things looking a little bit better now for HellRaisers. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Everybody trying to run away. There's the blink in the roll. They trade 2 for 1.
I think the timing on that on that defense was a little too awkward. They wanted to go before the tower went down, but the rest of the team wasn't close enough. So Bambo, goes in for the lasso, just pretty much dies on his own without the team being there. And then the follow-up was a little too late. And like you said, a great Disruptor ulti on the Queen of Pain, just unable to cast or blink in with the Lifestealer inside her.
I mean, she got time to get the Sonic Wave off, and that was it. And it didn't kill off the Disruptor. Like, it just really hurts. You'd love to be able to get a little bit more out of that fight, or get it onto more heroes too, because it was the Sonic Wave onto 1, and it didn't kill the 1. But now, Blink Dagger going to be completed for Bambo. Do they have a smoke or something where they can make our move around the map? Jakiro has one. Might be time to do that.
Radiant are scanning.
I wonder if the Radiant know he has a blink. He basically delivered it in front of the creep wave, so see if they're aware of that.
Oh, very well could be. Like I said, Lone Druid, he's got the Radiant's recipe now, and the Relic is enough gold for it, so should go pick that up now. And with that done, we've seen Lone Druids just sort of take over a game. Might be about that time.
Oh, smoke coming out from the other side as well.
Oh man, the Lone Druid though, he has the Radiance. If they run into this bear, they need to blow up the Lone Druid as quickly as possible.
Well, smoke breaks in the mid lane. I think this kind of shows... wait a second.
Turnaround fight. They do blow up Alicia, but he already got his ultimate off K-Core. He's in trouble. They have the Radiance Bear starting to do some damage, but they also have the Panda ulti already out now as well. Milan throws out a Fissure to try and break this up a little bit, but now Nisha's is here, is stealing damage from 3-3. A little bit of a discombobulation, and 3-3 gonna die. Double kill for Nisha. The chase is continuing, and that was not the initiation that they wanted. Bambo now also in trouble. Patos taking no prisoners at all. A killing spree for him. Steven, what's the one so wrong in that fight?
I think it's just a difference in strength in the heroes. Like, Lifestealer, the burst comes out, they get the supports, but that's it. These cores are just too strong against the Lifestealer. And if your Lifestealer can't fight, I don't know if you can actually follow through as a team fight. Oh, Patos.
Oh
really
god,
low.
Is he living through this? He tries to get off the clap, walking away from him. No. He's getting the damage over time, gonna TP back home, lives through it all. And they lose a double kill for Nisha. Tier 2 tower down. It's 6,000 gold lead, but it feels like it's at least triple that based off of how strong these heroes are.
And like you said, the Radiance coming out for the bear, it's a little too much for them to handle. I mean, these supports pretty much have nothing. Earthshaker just only has arcane boots. It only takes a moment of time for the Radiants to just take everyone down to like half health.
I mean, you take that fight like when not everybody is up and Milan is 20 gold from a Blink Dagger. I understand you want to try and defend your towers, but I don't know. It's rough.
It definitely is. And well, now he has the Blink Dagger, but I'm starting to feel like it might be a little too late. Like there's just so much on the Kinguin side. They would need to take pretty much the dream fight. Oh, Lasso going to be used on the bear.
Do they get the bear? They pull back in one.
Wait,
they have the Static Storm. The bear's living.
The bear's not even dead.
Oh, 3-3. Oh, almost stunned. But instead they're going to go on the Jakiro and... Well, J4 dead. He accepts his fate.
Yeah, once again, and the worst part is that the bear didn't even die.
Yeah. All right, Milan. Time for some big plays, buddy. They're going in for Roche. I'm sure that they're aware of this. Can he do it? Be a hero.
Let's see it. I have this feeling that he's going to do it.
They got this, like, echo change where it does more damage when you're echoing with heroes. Let's see if they can make it happen. Got to guess perfectly. Queen of Pain. Do they see it? They jump forward. Jump out now. There's nobody home. Oh, Fissure's there as well. But Keikor, he's found him. The Sun Silence. He got the Urn on him as well as to Milan. Can't blink away. Bambo is there trying to make this happen as well. But I think Milan is already dead. And, well, Keikor, he's able to get off another stun. They throw out a Sonic Wave. It doesn't connect on the Brewmaster. And Kaiser's just dead. Oh, my God. Double kill for Nisha, dominating streak for Patos. Bambo, his Firefly runs out before he can get to the cliff. That's a team wipe, and they only lose the Earth Spirit, and now in for Roche.
Oh, that's just... That was such bad timing.
I mean, they didn't have vision.
Yeah, they didn't have vision. I'm kind of surprised. I guess you have to expect something. The Earth Spirit made the right decision to just basically roll across to see if anyone was there, and lo and behold, Earthshaker's standing right there, and then, yeah, like you said, they blink in and no one's there.
Yeah.
Just really great movement from Kinguin right there.
Well, Exotic Deer, he's got himself a Mask of Madness now. Nisha, Drums, Aegis, building towards that BKB, only about 100 gold away from it. Buyback status, because we're going to start needing to look at that. Only the Queen of Pain has it for the Dire team. But, I don't know. It's not really felt like this lifesteal has been able to play Dota.
I mean, the biggest issue is if you look at their lineup. Oh,
Bambo. Oh, he's gone. Fear completely dismantled. They just have such a good read on when they can play aggressive.
Because the thing is, like, if you look at everyone's items, no one has anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're asking a Queen of Pain to fight into a Radiant Spare, a Blink Vlad's Brew, a Razor that has BKB Sanjanyasha with just the Yules. Like, there's no way it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And Bad Rider, similar situation, just the Blink Dagger, only Lifestealer has items, but he's not even top net worth.
Well, 24 minutes in, it's a 13,000 net worth lead. 28-13 is the score. Milan, it could have gone in on that maybe. They do have a Blink Dagger with the Lifesteal inside of him, but he just walks in and, well, Milan now can't even get denied to the Ancients. That's going to be a full combo laid out on top of the Queen of Pain. No spells able to be casted. Oh, should you guys get the Blink away? Still dying to the Magnetize, but will eventually live. The Storm Panda was chasing, but can't find it. And, well, another 3 dead. It's not great.
Yeah, and I think they feel like they can probably just go for Rax now. They're not even going to go for the bottom set of towers. They're just going to try to force this high ground. T3. Razor has a double damage as well, so getting pretty hard. Not that I think it matters too much. This bear is all you need for structural damage.
He's got that level 20 talent as well that he could think about going for. They blow up the Earth Spirit, 3-3, trying to TP out. He does manage to get away from there. That Ghost Slam is there as well. Milan is going to die, but it looks like Kaiser also going to fall. So they do get 1 kill, but it comes at the cost of 2 cores, and well, a buyback now from the Earthshaker, and GG's called. They're over it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's not going to happen this game. They're just going to focus on the next game. Probably change things up a little bit. I think like picking the Lifestealer as a third or so early on,
yeah,
even when something like a Razor is still in the pool, was a little too risky, in my opinion.
Well, and I mean, you just look at the scores. This Razor, 17, 3, and 11. What was this? Around 700 experience per minute and 600 GPM. Had himself a really good game, and they just kind of understood what they needed to do at every stage of it. Any sort of words of advice or things you'd think about for game number 2 for HellRaisers?
I mean, I think the draft was fine up until the Lifestealer pick.
Okay.
I think, like, you know, you going for these types of supports early on and whatnot are fine, but I feel like your draft can't be so all in on a carry that is picked so early too.
Okay.
Like I think like some of the other games they did things along the line of picking PA as their last pick, which I think is, you know, perfectly fine. But this is a different case, right? This is a Lifestealer as your third pick, so
right.
Probably change that up in the future.
All right. Well, they have a lot of games to try it out. It's a best of 5. Game number 1 going to go to Team Kinguin, the team from Poland. And we're going to have to wait for a little bit before we get into game number 2. But stick around, everybody. The finals for the EU qualifiers for the Summit 8 are going to continue right after this.